Have you ever wondered what lies in the darkest corners of the internet, where anonymity reigns supreme and boundaries of morality are often non-existent? What if I told you that I ventured into these shadowy depths and encountered something that changed my life forever? This is not just a story. It's a chilling experience that will make you question everything you know about the virtual world. Sit back but stay vigilant as I take you through a tale that will haunt your dreams. It all began with a simple curiosity. I've always been fascinated by the unknown, the forbidden and the mysterious. My friends and I would often share spooky stories and urban legends, but there was one subject that always intrigued me more than others: the dark web. This hidden part of the internet, inaccessible through standard search engines, promised anonymity and a treasure trove of illicit content. Stories of hitmen for hire, black markets and disturbing videos circulated widely. But what really captivated me were the rumors of secret societies and arcane rituals. One evening, after a particularly intense conversation with my friends about the dark web, I decided to take the plunge. Armed with nothing more than my laptop, a virtual private network, VPN, and a browser designed for anonymity, I was ready to explore the unknown. The first few hours were uneventful. I navigated through various forums and marketplaces, encountering sellers peddling illegal drugs, counterfeit money and stolen data. It was unsettling, but not enough to deter me. I wanted to dig deeper, to find something truly extraordinary. Then I stumbled upon a thread in a hidden forum titled The Black Veil Society. The description was cryptic: for those who seek the truth beyond the veil of reality. It was exactly the kind of thing I had been looking for. I clicked the link and was greeted by a login screen. Of course, I had no credentials, but a quick search revealed a cracked version of the site that allowed guest access. Inside, the forum was unlike anything I'd seen before. It was filled with esoteric discussions about occult practices, secret rituals, and mysterious artifacts. Members shared their experiences with the supernatural, and some even claimed to have communicated with entities from other dimensions. As I read through the posts, I felt a strange mix of excitement and dread. This was it. This was the dark corner of the internet I'd been searching for. After a few hours of lurking, I received a private message from a user named Oracle. It read, "You seem interested in the truth. Join us for a live session tonight if you dare." Attached was a link and a set of instructions. My heart raced as I read the message. I knew I should have closed my laptop and walked away, but I couldn't resist. I had to know more. At midnight, I followed the link to a live stream. The screen was dark, with only a flickering candle providing minimal illumination. A hooded figure appeared, their face obscured by shadows. "Welcome, seekers of truth," they intoned in a deep, resonant voice. "Tonight we shall pierce the veil and commune with the other side." The figure began to chant in a language I didn't recognize. The atmosphere grew heavier, and I felt an oppressive presence in the room with me. I wanted to turn off the stream, but I was paralyzed by fear and curiosity. As the chanting grew louder, the screen flickered, and I saw glimpses of something, entities writhing in the darkness, their eyes glowing with malevolence. Suddenly the figure stopped chanting and turned directly to the camera. "One among you has been chosen," they said. "Prepare yourself." The screen went black, and my laptop shut down on its own. I sat there in the dark, my mind racing with questions and fear. The following days were a blur of paranoia and strange occurrences. I would wake up in the middle of the night to the sound of whispering voices. Objects in my apartment moved on their own, and I constantly felt like I was being watched. My friends noticed my distress and urged me to get help, but I couldn't tell them the truth. How could I explain that I had invited something malevolent into my life? Desperate for answers, I returned to the Black Veil Society forum, only to find it had vanished without a trace. The user, Oracle, was nowhere to be found. I felt isolated and helpless, trapped in a nightmare of my own making. In a moment of clarity, I reached out to an old friend, Sarah, who had a deep interest in the paranormal. She was skeptical at first, but after I described my experiences, she agreed to help. We decided to perform a cleansing ritual in my apartment, hoping to banish whatever entity was tormenting me. That night, we gathered in my living room. Sarah lit candles and burned sage, chanting prayers of protection. As the smoke filled the room, the temperature dropped, and a sense of dread washed over us. Sarah's voice wavered, but she continued the ritual. Suddenly, the candles extinguished, and a guttural growl echoed through the apartment. Out of the shadows, a figure emerged. It was the same hooded entity from the live stream, but now it was here in my apartment. "You cannot escape," it hissed. "You invited us and we're here to stay." Sarah and I stood frozen, our hearts pounding. The entity moved closer, its eyes glowing with an unnatural light. Desperation took hold, and I grabbed the nearest object, a wooden cross, and held it up defiantly. The entity recoiled, its form flickering as if struggling to maintain its presence. "Leave now," Sarah commanded, her voice stronger than before. "You are not welcome here." The entity let out a piercing scream and dissolved into a cloud of darkness. The room slowly returned to normal, the oppressive atmosphere lifting. Sarah and I collapsed, exhausted but relieved. In the weeks that followed, the strange occurrences ceased. So I deleted all traces of my dark web explorations and vowed never to return. The experience left me shaken, but it also brought me closer to Sarah, who became a steadfast friend and confidant. I often think back to that night and wonder what would have happened if I hadn't been so curious. The dark web is a realm of shadows and secrets, and some things are better left undiscovered. The veil between our world and the unknown is thin, and once pierced, it can be difficult to mend. So, dear reader, I urge you to heed my warning. Curiosity can be a dangerous thing, especially when it leads you into the dark corners of the internet. The Black Veil Society may have disappeared, but countless other horrors still lurk in the shadows, waiting for someone to invite them in. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and remember, some doors should never be opened. What do you think? Could you resist the allure of the unknown, or would you, like me, be drawn into the darkness?